This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. May the 23rd. John Scalzi's in place in the Weather Center for the latest on the forecast. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Good day yesterday. Beautiful sunny skies for the most part, right?
Yeah, it was nice out.
I think we're going to do it again today.
All right.
A lot of sunshine out there. Pretty conditions. We will notice today, though, a slight change in that the winds are going to be picking up. We have a lake wind advisory up for our area waters. We have rip current advisories up for our beaches. This is all because of an approaching system that promises us some dramatic changes by tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, I think we'll start to see the first of the showers move in, and we could get 2 to 4 inches of rainfall across the region by the time we get into midday Thursday. So a big, wet couple of days coming up for us, especially Wednesday afternoon and then Thursday day. We don't have a small craft advisory up for our area right now, but I suspect that we will with time. By tomorrow, we probably will. A little bit of extra cloud cover around today as well. Watch for that. And the forecast is going to call for an isolated shower or two during the morning hours. There's one just to the north of Northport right now. And there'll be a chance of showers in inland areas later this afternoon. There's also a threat of severe weather tomorrow, and we'll discuss that in detail in a few minutes. Back to you.
Wow, lots of stuff. Thank you, John. Let's check the traffic right now. So far, smooth in Manatee County. Checking down into Sarasota County, same thing. We're going to show you a live picture, though. That diverging diamond that opened over the weekend, well, guess what? They're doing some tweaks today, so it's closed until 6 o'clock, so you want to avoid it at all costs, and we'll have updates on that throughout the morning. South County map showing clear at 5:02 on your Tuesday morning. And topping our news this morning was shock in England after an apparent suicide bomb went off at the end of an Ariana Grande concert.
At least 22 people were killed, 59 wounded after an explosion outside the Manchester Arena. It happened around 10:35 p.m. on Monday night, just as the concert by the pop star was ending. Chaos erupted as the crowd of 20,000 people, many of them teenagers, desperately trying to get out of the venue. A U.S. official told CNN that a man at the scene was identified as the probable suicide bomber. So far, there has been no claim of responsibility. We'll have more updates coming up at 5:30.
Topping our local news now, after 4 hours, a jury picks life over death for a convicted triple murderer.
The Manatee County man killed his wife, her friend, and her pastor. Our Rick Adams has details on the jury's decision to spare his life.
A 12-member jury has come back with their punishment for Andy Avalos after deliberating for around 3 hours on Monday. Avalos will spend the rest of his life in prison for the 2014 murders of his wife Amber, a neighbor Denise Potter, and a pastor James Battle.
I'm not saying that Andy didn't deserve a penalty of death, but what we really wanted was justice, and I feel that him spending life in prison is justice.
On Saturday, a jury convicted Avalos on 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Potter and Battle and 1 count of second-degree murder in the death of his wife. The state was pushing for the death penalty in this case.
We're disappointed, certainly, but we respect the jury's verdict. This was a case that we strongly believed in the death penalty. We certainly believe that the actions of the defendant in this case warranted a death penalty.
The Assistant State Attorney Art Brown believes they presented a strong case not only for guilt but also the death penalty. But he says he's still happy with the end result.
Our ultimate primary responsibility is always to safeguard the community from dangerous individuals, and I think we've done that.
For Rhonda Battle, the pastor's mother, she says through all this, it's not going to bring her son back.
My heart is still broken, and it always will be. I'll never have a complete heart again.
Family members say this has been a grueling process from beginning to end. They say there is now some closure.
I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that we can now try to heal.
In Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The jury had to be unanimous in order for Andres Avalos to be sentenced to the death penalty. Members of Avalos' family and his attorneys would not comment.
An update now on a body found in a backyard in Sarasota last week. Police say a dispute had broken out near Leonard Reed Avenue and 32nd Street Thursday night. Witnesses say a 33-year-old named Alpha Factor Young began firing at others, but somebody returned fire and shot him. He ran off and collapsed and died in that nearby backyard.
A Sarasota couple is facing felony drug charges after deputies say they found meth and heroin in their car. Deputies were called to a gas station on Bee Ridge Road late Saturday night for reports of a couple fighting in the parking lot. When they arrived, they found drug paraphernalia on the floor of that car. Police recovered small bags of meth and heroin inside. Ryan Pestian and Sarah Ryan were arrested. During that arrest, a gun was also found in Pestian's waistband.
An undercover operation in Manatee County ends with dozens of store clerks charged with selling alcohol to minors. The sheriff's office conducted a county-wide operation this weekend. Underage informants went into 74 stores. A total of 18 clerks were busted, 16 in Bradenton, 1 in Palmetto, 1 in Allenton. They are charged with selling alcohol to a person under 21.
This morning, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is looking for your help to find a man linked to a series of home burglaries. Deputies say 27-year-old Blake Guild is often in the northern part of the county or Northport. He is 6 feet tall with short brown hair and several tattoos on his left arm and chest. He's wanted in connection to the burglaries of unoccupied seasonal homes. Anyone who sees him is asked to call the Sheriff's Office or 911. Also, the Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who owns a seasonal home to check them frequently and alert law enforcement of any unusual activity.
At this hour, the new diverging diamond on University is closed again until 6 a.m. anyway. Those looking to get across University will be directed onto the interstate, so you can exit on either State Road 70 or Fruitville. The $74 million project officially opened over the weekend, but will still occasionally close for tweaks between now and the fall.
The Florida Forest Service is reporting more than 2,000 wildfires have burned so far this year. Those fires have burned 171,000 acres, with 125 active wildfires still burning as of this morning. Even with the rain we've been getting over the past few days, officials want to remind everyone that a burn ban is still in effect for both Sarasota and Manatee counties. And those dry conditions also impacting several businesses throughout the state. The U.S. Small Business Administration is announcing that federal disaster loans are available for businesses, agricultural cooperatives, and private nonprofit groups in 6 Florida counties that border Georgia. However, Sarasota and Manatee counties are not on that list. The loan program is available to those who suffered a financial loss directly related to the drought. Loan amounts can total up to $2 million.
Happening today, a lack of bus drivers is causing problems in Manatee County. Transit officials will meet today with the county commissioners over the issue. They're looking to add 16 full-time drivers and a transit attendant as well. There's an average of 2 operators working double shifts every day to keep the routes in service. This is causing staff to resign or to retire. Some students from Easter Seals, Oak Park School, Community Haven, and Bayshore High are among those involved in a special performance called Kaleidoscope Heartbeats. It's at the Oslo Repertory Theater in Sarasota. The young actors have been working on their storytelling for the past few months. Organizers say it gives students with special needs a chance to express themselves and be creative through theater.
These performers are amazing. It takes real guts for anyone to get up on a professional stage, and to watch them share the characters they've invented and to take a bow is, I think, inspiring for all of us.
Kaleidoscope is one of the Oslo's longest running outreach programs that began back in 1995. Great concept.
Yes, I love that. They look like they're having such a good time.
I'm sure the audience was as well, yeah.
Oslo does such great things in terms of its outreach, you know, making sure that high school kids and even elementary kids get a chance to see their shows and in this case participate. It's wonderful.
Great idea, yeah.
We have some big changes coming up in the forecast over the next 24 hours.
Wow.
So get ready, fasten your seatbelts.
All right.
It's
Here
coming.
it comes.
Yep.
All right.
We'll talk about that forecast in a second.
Also still ahead, a place you may not have known existed near downtown Sarasota that features water lilies. Linda Carson has this hidden treasure in this week's A Place We Call Home.
And coming up a little later in the hour, 2 boat crashes in South Florida, sending several people to the hospital this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
You can feel the humidity in the air this morning. We have dew points that are now in the 70s and an air temperature 78 degrees. How about that? So clearly, we have increased the humidity. We've increased the temperature of the air. We've led to its instability. And we have a shower in progress right now across the region. It's a very light shower, but we'll talk about it in just a moment. What's coming our way, though, will be a whole lot more than just a light shower. We have some precipitation forecasts that forecasting for our area anywhere from 2 to 3 inch rainfalls with some maybe isolated pockets of up to 4 inches of rain in a 24-hour period. So that's a pretty good hit of rainfall that we may get. Much needed rainfall right across central Florida where they need it the most. Double barrel areas of low pressure just to our north. The first one kind of stalled out, will basically ride the railroad track right off the Atlantic coast, while the second one, which comes through, is the one that's going to finally push all of this south of us. But as it does that, it's going to develop areas of low pressure on it. It's going to develop a frontal boundary, prefrontal boundary, that'll be moving through here probably tomorrow at around drive time tomorrow evening, and then through the early morning hours of Thursday, kind of clearing out around dawn tomorrow. We'll be watching the winds become a little bit breezy as this front takes shape and gets closer to us. Small craft advisories are already issued for our northern waters. Don't have anything over our waters quite yet, but we will. We will probably by tomorrow, and it'll be breezy. No matter if we have one or not, we're still looking at perhaps a 20-knot wind as we head into the evening hours. Lake wind advisories are up for all our inland areas, though. 20 to 25-mile-an-hour wind certainly possible this afternoon. We'll look for mostly inland storms today, though. Today is not the weather day. We'll have a day very similar to yesterday. A few scattered showers during the morning along the coastline, followed by some inland showers later in the afternoon. And then tomorrow, we start to turn stormy. Severe Storm Prediction Center again today puts our area, in fact, a lot of the state of Florida, into a slight risk, about a 15% chance of severe weather. Now, that would mostly be for damaging winds, gusty winds, downdraft winds. And there's also a slight chance that you could see a brief tornado as well. Not out of the question. So it'll be a day to stay vigilant and watch the forecasts, no doubt. That threat of severe weather goes northward, too, and gets pretty close to the Atlanta airport. If you're traveling tomorrow, there could be some airport delays. A few scattered showers today, mostly inland. Then we head into tomorrow, and we'll watch that line of showers begin to form and then approach our area around drive time, pushing on through with some scattered showers back behind it. Some of these showers may also contain some severe weather that'll last until early in the morning on Thursday and then clear out of here pretty rapidly thereafter. Today, kind of a mix of sun and clouds, blow off from the storms back to the west, and not a whole lot of action ongoing right now except for that one storm that's near Northport, Rotunda, up through Venice, Warm Mineral Springs, all of this gradually lifting to the north. Forecast calls for today about a 30% chance of showers, daytime high of about 88. Cooler as the front approaches, and rain chances spike to 80% tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll look for some clearing to take place thereafter. Memorial Day looks like it'll be a pretty good one. Back to you guys.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to that weekend. As we take a look at traffic in Manatee County, looks like some congestion on 301. Also an accident that just popped up off of State Road 70 at 15th Street. And there was an earlier accident at 50th Avenue Drive. As we head into Sarasota County, looking pretty quiet throughout that area. We do have a live look, though, at University Parkway this morning. Despite officially opening at that diverging diamond yesterday, this morning the University Parkway area underneath the interstate is closed until 6 o'clock this morning. So those looking to get around University will be directed onto the highway. Then you can either take State Road 70 or Fruitville Road, so keep an eye out for that if you're heading throughout that area. As we take a look back in the maps into South County, pretty quiet throughout that area as well on your Tuesday morning. Well, the wide variety of plants, flowers, fruits, and vegetables that grow right here on the Suncoast is one thing that makes this place a great place to call home.
Our Linda Carson takes us to a visit to a water lily farm.
Wonderful Water Lilies is located in the Turtle Creek 2 neighborhood along Philippi Creek. And here you can find tranquility and beauty that you can take home with you.
We sell aquatic plants, water lilies, lotus, and marginals, any of the plants that you use in or around the pond.
Marilyn has lived here 22 years.
I have about 13 ponds on the place. Some for my own enjoyment, but also many of them are for the public to purchase from. Made them from landscape timbers with the black rubber lining.
This is quite a change from her previous careers.
First I was a college professor, and then I changed careers. I was a psychotherapist, a clinical social worker.
Then she got interested in water lilies.
We had a pond club with about 160 members, and the members came from Naples to Parrish. And our president was Paula Biles, who was the executive director of the International Water Lily and Water Gardening Society. She knew all the hybridizers. She knew people from all over the world. And she built up a lot of enthusiasm in us, and we talked about the new international winners, but we couldn't find any of those water lilies.
So when she retired, she decided to grow water lilies, specializing in those hard-to-find international winners. Her husband was ill, so this allowed her to be home with him, and he was an expert in the field.
He was the geneticist, and his work had been with seedless watermelons. His father was the one that discovered the method for making seedless watermelons. And so my husband worked with him on making it economically feasible for farmers to grow them.
What she loves most about working with water lilies?
The tranquility. And I always said this was my gym. I do a lot of lifting. I lift 3-gallon pots with water lilies in them, wet soil. It's heavy. So I get my lifting in.
She has many different types of water lilies.
Some are day bloomers, some are night bloomers. The night bloomers, I say you need one of those in your pond because they are open in the morning until about 10 o'clock. And they open at night, I think about 11 or 12.
But you've got to see this place for yourself. The wonderful Water Lily Festival is Monday, May 29th, Memorial Day from 10 to 3. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, that just looks beautiful. It looks like a nice, relaxing experience if you are able to get outdoors and take a walk around it.
A little peaceful retreat right there.
Exactly. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, if you're in the market for a new computer, Apple may be able to help as the company plans to unveil a new line of MacBooks.
Next half hour, who was behind an apparent suicide bombing that killed 22 after a concert last night in England. An update for you at 5:32.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
I'm Haley Wilgus. The greatest show on earth is over. Ringling Brothers gives its final performance. We'll discuss the future of the circus.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
I bet you had gone to bed by the time the big news broke about the bombing in England, right?
I had, but I woke up randomly at about 11:30 and had seen it all on social media and some of the push notifications that we were sending out, and was pretty shocked. Couldn't really sleep very well after that.
No.
I was just thinking about the newscast and how we were going to tell that story.
You know, my phone, I get alerts also, and there's just too many alerts these days.
Right.
Awful. Anyway.
Right. Well, 5:23 this morning, and social media took an important role following the explosion in Manchester. As we mentioned, Facebook even launched its safety check feature.
And a hashtag is helping people stranded by the attack. Here's today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, you could say it was Manchester United.
in the wake of the Manchester concert tragedy, people turned to Twitter. Relatives and friends looking for the missing tweeted their pictures and pleas for help.
Meanwhile, local residents and hotels used Twitter as well to open their doors to those stranded in the lockdown city.
In other tech news, T-Mobile and Sprint could be ready to join forces. They're the third and fourth largest wireless carriers.
Speculation about a possible merger follows comments from executives of both companies. Could mean higher prices, though. Any merger would have to be approved by regulators.
And Apple is reportedly set to unveil a new generation of laptops next month.
A new report indicates it'll launch a brand new version of its 12-inch MacBook featuring a new processor and, get this, possibly a lower price.
Ah, everyone likes those.
Yes, those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Panera.
When did anyone start calling this salad? At Panera, a good salad is so much more than a bowl of something green. More than an obligation to be good. More than just something you have on the side. More than just one flavor, or texture, or color. A good, clean salad is so much more than green. And with Panera Catering, more for your event. Panera, food as it should be.
80% of recurrent ischemic strokes could be prevented with the right steps.
And take it from me, every step counts.
A Bayer aspirin regimen is one of those steps in helping prevent another stroke. Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Get a big screen TV starting at just $19.99 a week, all without credit, only at Rent-A-Center.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, a suicide bombing kills 22 and injures 59 in a concert in England. What we know now about the attack.
And President Trump continues his international trip, wanting lasting peace between Israel and Palestine.
And new information about a former national security advisor who may have had ties to the Russians. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning. Pretty shot of the Rosemary District as you wake up today. A big change in the forecast tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I was actually going to say once we got over to John, a big change in that forecast, as you just mentioned. But you know, Memorial Day looking good from what John is saying. Hopefully,
let's hope. A lot of big plans this weekend. Let's find out from the source himself. Hey, John.
Kind of a roller coaster, actually, for the next couple of days. I think today is going to be hot and muggy, a little bit breezy, maybe some showers in inland areas. In fact, we already have a shower in progress right now down around Northport. That shower lifting northward right over the Bindin 71. 301 also getting wet. All of that lifting up into areas of Myakka. We'll watch those showers kind of come to an end over the course of the next hour or so, and then refocus inland a little bit later in the afternoon. Mix of sun and clouds in the forecast for today. Kind of a humid afternoon as winds set up out of the southwest and come in off Gulf waters in a breezy fashion. In fact, some folks might even call it windy a little bit later today. We do have a lake wind advisory up and rip current advisories up for the beaches. But it's tomorrow that we'll be watching very carefully for a line of showers that could contain some severe weather. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you. Manatee County showing a little bit of an incident there at State Road 70 around 15th Street. We'll check on that in a moment. Also, oh, there it is, in fact, earlier accident at 50th Avenue Drive and 15th Street. So there's one little notation there. Sarasota County will see a slowdown south of Stickney Point Road as you head south on 41. We are going to take a look now at the situation at University Parkway, where after a big splash this past weekend on the diverging diamond, it is now temporarily closed this morning until 6 a.m. while they do some tweaks on that $74 million project. So they say 6 a.m. it'll reopen, so that's good for commuters. Farther south now to Sarasota County. Not much to report at 5:31 on your Tuesday morning.
Well, we're following some top local stories here on the Suncoast for you this morning.
A Manatee County jury took 4 hours to sentence a convicted killer to life in prison over the death sentence. Andres Avalos killed his wife, her friend, and her pastor back in December of 2014.
And a crackdown on underage drinking resulted in the arrest of 18 convenience store clerks in Manatee County. They're all charged with selling alcohol to customers under 21 years of age.
All right, 5:31 right now.
Topping our news this half hour, an investigation is underway across Europe this morning after what police suspect was a terrorist attack that left 22 people dead and at least 59 others injured.
It happened in Manchester, England at an Ariana Grande concert packed with teenagers. Elizabeth Herr has details.
Chaos and confusion sent concertgoers screaming and scrambling for the exit.
Everyone just started running, people were screaming and crying.
The Ariana Grande concert had just ended, the pop star off stage when a loud explosion rocked the arena.
Oh my God. What's going on? What just happened?
In this dashcam video, if you look to the left, you can see the flash, then hear the blast, causing pandemonium inside and outside the venue.
There's a lot of children were there without parents. There was no one to calm them down, so everybody was just screaming and crying and pushing.
When I got up and looked round, there was about 30 people scattered everywhere. Some of them looked dead.
The Manchester Arena is one of Britain's main concert and sport venues with more than 20,000 seats. Witnesses say on this night, the arena was packed with children and teenagers. Overnight, family and friends with missing loved ones flooded social media with notes and pictures pleading for help. This morning, British Prime Minister Theresa May is calling this an appalling terrorist attack, and police say they believe this was the work of a suicide bomber.
We believe the attacker was carrying an improvised explosive device, which he detonated, causing this atrocity.
Well, police say right now they are still trying to determine if the attacker acted alone. As for singer Ariana Grande, she was not hurt, but devastated, and tweeted she is so sorry. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Washington.
This morning, President Trump continues his 9-day international trip in the Middle East. Today, the president has met with Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas. President Trump says he wants to broker a bigger and better deal between the Israelis and the Palestinians than previous presidents have ever attempted. This comes only a day after President Trump told Israeli officials he was deeply encouraged by his conversations in Saudi Arabia regarding peace between Israel and the Palestinians. After meeting with Abbas, President Trump will lay a wreath at the Holocaust Memorial Museum and also give a speech before departing for his next stop in Rome.
Meantime, back in Washington, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn plans to plead the Fifth Amendment. This in response to a subpoena by the Senate Intelligence Committee for records of Flynn's communications with Russian officials. According to a new letter from the leading Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, Flynn made false statements to investigators about who funded his foreign trips. Flynn claims his trips were funded by U.S. companies, but the House committee alleges a Russian TV network paid him. A source close to Flynn said it's highly imprudent for him not to exercise his Fifth Amendment rights since several members of Congress have called for Flynn's prosecution.
An African-American congressman says he's received threats of lynching since calling for President Trump's impeachment. Representative Al Green from Texas says his voicemail is full of racially charged messages, but he says there's no room for hate in this country.
This is a great country. It can be made greater if we can eliminate the hate against African Americans. Also, other communities, LGBTQ, persons who happen to be of a religion that you don't respect. These are the things that we have to fight constantly. If we don't fight them, hate will rule, and if hate rules, we lose our democracy.
Capitol Hill police say they are investigating the threats but would not give any details. Here in Florida, crews are working to fix a sinkhole that opened up directly in front of President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Take a look at this. The 4-by-4-foot hole is near a newly installed water main. Crews are digging to find out exactly what caused it. The town of Palm Beach sent out an email alert to warn people about the potentially dangerous hole, but workers say they're not sure how long it'll take to fix.
Another candidate in the race for Florida governor, the chairman of the Republican Liberty Caucus, wants to promote limited government, personal freedom, and free markets. Bob White is from Melbourne, and he'll announce his campaign this weekend in Orlando. White will have several opponents who already have announced, including Agriculture Secretary Adam Putnam. The election is next year in Florida. Meantime, Governor Scott getting letters from both sides about whether or not he should sign a bill that would allow liquor stores, or rather allow liquor to be sold in grocery stores. Opponents argue the change would hurt small liquor stores, eliminate jobs, and result in more options for minors to get liquor. Supporters say the policy promotes a free market and provides more convenience to shoppers. Scott has until tomorrow to sign or veto the bill or let it become law without his signature.
Developing overnight, 7 people, including 3 children, are in the hospital this morning after 2 separate boat accidents in South Florida. The first accident involved a crash between a boat and a jet ski. The jet skiers were both knocked unconscious in that crash and were rescued by the boaters before emergency rescuers arrived. The second accident happened half a mile away from a Miami-Dade County marina when 1 adult and 1 child were airlifted for their injuries after an explosion.
I really hope that the kids are okay. They were burnt, badly burnt, mostly in the face and the arms. The one boy, his hair was a little singed.
It is believed that the engine compartment flashed due to fumes that were emanating from the engine compartment.
2 other children were also transported to the hospital by ambulance, but the cause of that explosion is under investigation.
You make a quick stop at a convenience store, come out, and your car is nearly ruined. Look at this. Jacksonville, big overhead metal awning crashed on top of the car parked at the North Side station. The windshield shattered, passenger door crumbled, and the car's roof is caved in. Strong winds and storms are reportedly behind that damage.
Well, it's something you don't see every single day, but a black bear running through a Massachusetts neighborhood was on Monday. Take a look. It's hard to believe your eyes, but that is definitely a bear, or rather say it's just a cub. It's actually only 1 year old. Stumbling through yards, dodging cars, hopping fences, and leaving this neighborhood quite shaken. One man recalls the moment he came face to face with that little cub.
I hear the noise.
Was the bear more scared, or were you?
Maybe both of them.
That bear was tranquilized and transported to a safe forested location.
3 days of heavy rain causing problems in Georgia. This park looks like a lake. The basketball court and playground you're about to see are surrounded by water. One woman who lives in the neighborhood says heavy rain regularly leaves this park underwater, and she's concerned what the standing water could leave behind after that water recedes.
I'm worried about the kids coming out here after the rain dries up a little. It's really, really horrible. Children come out here to play. It's full of fungus, full of mold.
Several creeks and streams around the park, and it sits in a bowl, which seems to make some flooding unavoidable. But neighbors say something needs to be done in this area. Texas, powerful storms tearing through the southeast leave behind isolated reports of damage on Monday. And there's one right there. Strong storm in the town of Stafford damaged homes and cars, knocked down trees. As you can see, a local nursery was also hit with 5 greenhouses destroyed. The owner estimates damage at $100,000 to $200,000. A witness in the Galveston area reported seeing a tornado, but the National Weather Service has not confirmed any twisters in either Galveston or Stafford. More unsettled weather across the country, John.
Yes, indeed. We're hoping that doesn't really move into our area, though. Yeah. It's a similar storm system that'll be moving through parts of the Deep South today. There's about 7 states up with flood warnings because flood is another possible issue with these storms. They're going to be really wet storms, and they could produce 2 to 4 inches of rainfall across Florida, which is good, but you don't want any flooding.
Right.
We'll talk about the forecast in a second.
All right, well, still ahead, there's not much doctors can do to treat arthritis, but a growing number of people are trying a new method that seems to be relieving a lot of their pain.
The story on the way in Health Smart.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So looking at temperatures across the region, I can tell you one thing, it feels a lot more humid out there today, a lot stickier because our dew point values have risen significantly over the last 24 hours. That's due to a southerly component to the wind, and I'll tell you right now that later this afternoon that south wind is going to be breezy, although right now we have a calm wind. 78 degrees the air temperature already at this hour of the morning, and a dew point, as I mentioned, at 72. A few fair weather clouds out there, but there's also some not so fair weather clouds located in a few areas where we're seeing showers in progress. An area of low pressure rides along a stalled frontal boundary north of us. It's a stormy day in the deep south. If you're traveling to the Atlanta airport, there could well be airport delays today because of storminess that will be ongoing. Another frontal boundary located to the north sinks southward today. These two kind of team up and push the cold front through our area by tomorrow. And at that point, we're going to develop lines of showers that'll move through. The initial one coming through about 6 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. And then a secondary little area of disturbed weather with the actual front itself moving through probably in the wee hours of the morning on Thursday, pre-dawn hours Thursday, or just around dawn. That one will probably produce less severe weather. But nevertheless, the chance does exist, about a 15% chance that some of these storms could contain some strong gusty winds, damaging winds, and the Severe Storm Prediction Center continues to put us in this slight risk category. Most of the state of Florida, actually. And that would be for those strong straight line winds. It would also be for the potential of some isolated tornadoes, though that risk much, much lower than the strong winds coming from thunderstorms. The risk also extends all the way north to close to Atlanta, so tomorrow and Thursday as well, there could be some airport delays. We'll watch the timing of this system. Today, it's not going to be so bad. Today, actually pretty nice. A lot like yesterday. We'll develop this southwesterly wind flow. Difference, I think, between today and yesterday. You might see a little bit more cloudiness around, and you might see some stronger winds in the afternoon. We have a lake wind advisory up, so that should push our sea breeze like yesterday well inland, and most of the showery activity will be located in inland counties, Hardee and DeSoto, particularly Highlands later in the day. Then, as we head into tomorrow evening, we'll watch a line of storms begin to build and sink southward. I think by around drive time tomorrow, those storms will be just about on us and making their way southward. Once they move southward at a pretty good clip, and some of these storms could be very strong, we'll get a little bit of a break. And then overnight, Wednesday night into the early Thursday morning, we'll have a smattering of showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two, and possibly even an isolated severe incident coming our way at that hour. Then, by around lunchtime on Thursday, it all sinks south, high pressure builds in, and we're left with an extended period of lovely weather. A little bit of extra cloud cover around today. Watch for that. Otherwise, daytime highs top out about where they did yesterday with a 30% mostly inland rain chance. Tomorrow, an 80% chance of rain for everybody. Inland, near the coast, north and south. We all get a chance at some rain tomorrow. That will end early Thursday, and it looks like the rest of the extended range period looks pretty nice. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at Suncoast traffic this morning in Manatee County. Looks like some increase in traffic on State Road 70 heading west. Also, there is an accident at Orlando Avenue and Orlando Circle, so keep an eye out for that. That is towards the Cortez and 41 area as we head into Sarasota County. Some congestion on Bee Ridge Road as you head towards I-75. We also have a live look at University Parkway this morning. Despite that opening of the diverging diamond yesterday, University Parkway underneath the interstate is closed until 6 o'clock this morning, so about 12 more minutes left. And those looking to get across the University Parkway, if you are looking to get through there, you can either take State Road 70 or Fruitville Road. As we head into South County, looks like 41, seeing an increase in traffic as you head south. But other than that, not a whole lot going on throughout that area on your morning commute.
Well, this morning, many of us have bad knees. Are your knees okay?
Mine are doing pretty good for right now.
If I jog for 15 minutes, my kneecap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So treatments can range from ibuprofen to surgery.
That's right. Now more patients are finding relief with an experimental treatment using their own blood. We have details in this morning's Health Smart.
She has some early arthritis.
Lori Bolin is a longtime runner, and she's also been a longtime sufferer of osteoarthritis. She was at a breaking point with her knee pain when she discovered a treatment at the UW Sports Medicine Center called platelet-rich plasma injections.
It'll feel great. I mean, it's just like having, not new knees again, but before that running, you feel kind of like you're running on pirate sticks.
Twice a year, Lori comes in for a blood draw. Clinicians then run her blood through a process that separates the platelets.
That's the good stuff right there.
The concentrated platelet formula will go directly back into Lori's knees along with a lubricant.
And the growth factors actually go into the knee, they bind to the joint lining, and they get the joint lining to produce things that are good for the joint.
The result? Lori says it's no knee pain.
I don't think that my osteoarthritis is cured by any means. I'm sure if we took an MRI it wouldn't be, but it feels just fine. I'm able to perform.
Doctors say the treatment isn't just for elite runners.
We also see a lot of people that just have problems getting around, their knees hurt, going up and down the stairs, and this is right for them too, for many of them.
There is one big downside. While Dr. Harmon cites 9 studies that have shown the shots improve pain and function, it is not FDA approved, and insurance considers it experimental. That means Lori pays $600 per knee. But she says it's an investment that keeps her running, keeps her healthy, and pain-free.
Now, those platelet-rich plasma injections don't work for everyone, but Dr. Harmon said it does work for most.
In other health news, not getting enough sleep can make you look less attractive. That's my excuse. In the study at Stockholm University, researchers took pictures of people with a full night's sleep and those with 4.5 hours of sleep. And those who took part generally look less sociable if they have less sleep. They're considered less attractive and less healthy. Researchers say these findings suggest humans inherently avoid those who look tired or ill as a means of steering clear of disease. So that makes more sense.
That explains
why
a
no
lot.
one wants to talk to us after the show.
Yeah, I know, we are always tired, always tired. But I will say, I mean, it looks like a completely different person sometimes when I get a little bit more sleep. You know, you don't have those bags under your eyes.
I still awaken early on the weekends, though. It's
I know, me too.
I can sleep in now. Why am I up at 3 a.m.?
Exactly.
It looks like any other bag, but its value is millions of dollars.
We'll tell you more on this out-of-this-world item that is up for sale. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small.
I mean, really moves me.
Wow.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Well, a piece of space history is going on the auction block. Take a look at this. It's a bag used by none other than astronaut Neil Armstrong to bring the first sample of lunar material ever collected back here to Earth. Armstrong was the first human, of course, to walk on the moon. The current owner recently sent the bag to NASA, which confirmed it's genuine. And the dust inside is indeed moon dust. Ooh, well, Sotheby's New York is offering the bag up for auction. It'll be held July 20th on the anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. And listen to this, the bag is expected to bring in between $2 and $4 million. The current owner plans to donate part of the proceeds all to charities. Pretty cool.
That's history right there.
Yeah.
It belongs in the Smithsonian.
I was thinking that they must have other stuff there already, but nothing against.
But that's the first bag, right? That's the first one that brought home moon rocks to Earth.
I would prefer that to a lock of Elvis Presley's hair, wouldn't you?
Any day of the week. Any day of the
Real
week.
moon dust in it. Oh my goodness.
Kind of cool.
We'll have John's changing weather forecast and local news and a big national story as well coming up.